conversation because it's kind of an emotional one for me, but I wanted to bring you in the show tonight. And I'm actually just gonna put this up here because I want my full space. I wanted to bring to you tonight the Shawn's ring in the show. And it's funny because the other day I read a quote and I shared it with some of the folks. It must have been on Friday, or maybe last Tuesday, I can't remember when we last presented this, but I shared it with them. And it just got me to thinking, because as you know, I've been through a lot, and I'm bumping into people time and again right now who have really been through the ringer. And so it just keeps bringing to mind this idea that a whole community, family, sisterhood of us have formed surrounding this ring. So I wanted to present it to you in this show because this is the only day of the month that we're doing this ring, the Shawn's Hear My Soul Speak ring, solid sterling, made in Italy. This is the only day of the month that we're offering it for less than $20 on an easy pay. And the inscription on it is, "Hear my soul speak." This ring is customer top rated thanks to your reviews and thanks to your stories. This ring is very near and dear to my heart because it's entirely based on a ring in my very personal collection from years ago that now, ironically, I don't even wear anymore because I wear this, what I consider to be the much more meaningful to me replica. And this ring has gotten me through some wonderful times and fantastic times and joyous, jubilant times. And then it's also gotten me through some very, very difficult times, including times that have just, as you know, happened over the past several months. And I read this quote the other day that I thought was so insightful. And it reminded me so much because this ring has become almost like a banner of courage for a lot of you. The idea that, and the quote is from Shakespeare. This, by the way, is my personal ring. So as sterling is, it's dented and scratched, and so mine looks pretty beat up compared to the original that we have on set here. But I love that about it, right? Because as you wear the ring and ding the ring, and as you have wonderful, beautiful memories in the ring, or have really difficult bumps in the road with the ring, every scratch on the ring for me is like kind of a notch that says, you know what? I did it, I survived it, I got through it, and it's a memory made, and I would never want that to be erased. But this quote that I read the other day was, "Everyone you see this week has a hidden hurt. And everyone you meet this week needs a massive dose of hope." And it was like so simple and awesomely insightful. And I remember thinking, it's so true, right? Like, I kind of feel like we really just all kind of have some sort of hidden hurt that we try not to show or talk about a lot of the time, but it's there, man. And sometimes it sits right there, and that's the best you can do on any given day, is to just keep it at bay. And it's so funny how we walk through life and we are hurting ourselves, but we at times are so intolerant of other people's hurts. Now, granted, you know, other people don't walk up to you and either road rage you or cut you off in line at the supermarket, or are a little brisk to you at the checkout counter, and they don't behave that way and also say at the same time, yeah, I'm really hurting over this difficult thing in my life. No, so you really don't know, and so you take it personally, and it leaves a little nick on you. And so when I read this quote, I remember thinking, you know what? I know just from the past couple months I've had, this ring is a reminder to me that everyone has that hidden hurt, and everyone needs a massive dose of hope. And everyone has this beautiful, unique thing called a soul, that has this beautiful, unique thing called a footprint, which is totally uniquely yours. And there's not a single person in the billions of people on this planet Earth that has the same one you have, carved out and seasoned with and invented for the very purpose that yours was. And it's funny, I read this other great quote, and it was actually not so much a quote, but it was like this cute little saying, and it said, "Put your hand over your heart. Feel that? That is your purpose." Like, that beating is proof that you were created for a purpose. And if you don't know what it is yet, hang on, even white knuckle it if you have to, get to the other side, because you'll figure out what the purpose is. And so, you know, the ring is top rated. There are like over 750 5-star reviews. You know, I know a lot of women that have purchased this ring for daughters and daughter-in-laws and sisters and friends, and a lot of women who have bought the ring because they have endured illness and struggle and loss and tragedy. There's a wonderful, beautiful story about a woman on QVC.com who bought the ring. Her husband was killed on 9/11, and he was an FDNY firefighter, and just the ring, it brings her a kind of comfort. It brings her a kind of comfort because there's kind of that voice in her soul and a hurt down there, but then also this little something, this little joy that wants to be unearthed, this little voice that wants to be heard. And so she, like me, wears the ring and gleans a lot of comfort from it. I just know that your stories have powered the life of this ring. And so I always say when I wear this ring and when I present this ring, and let me tell you, like, I have had some choice words for our maker lately, but I will tell you, as hard as it is, and we've sold 60,000 of these, I believe that everything in your life gives you an opportunity to be an overcomer. But you have to hold out long enough to overcome it. So even if it comes down to like a battle of the wills and you just refuse to cave in, whatever it takes, even if it's wearing this ring and spinning the ring and touching the ring and feeling the ring and remembering that you have a soul, and damn it, it is created for a purpose and you will overcome. Do not give up. If that's as much as you can do on any given day, then you know what?